All right, we need to do our city event, or sorry, our road event real quick. Oh no. No, not like this. Okay. For this scenario of all times, too. Well, I'm happy I'm only doing +2. Alright. So the Cragheart has to add 3 -1s to his deck. For this scenario. We gain 1 reputation. Yes, I record for YouTube. And no, it wasn't berries. I know better than that. Hold on, I just got a message from my fiance. Oh no. YouTube link is in the description below, but I will fish it out for you. There you go. Yeah, well, Crawler beat me to it. Okay. Yeah, I think there's scenario effect for this as well. Yes, it is. 3 curse cards to each character's attack modifier deck as a scenario effect. So fortunately, the Cragheart does not take scenario effects anymore, and 3 -1s should already be enough. Yeah, the scenario takes no prisoners. What about that? Escort quest and having negative modifier deck, pretty rough. Thank you, Prototype. Again, if you watch the VODs on Twitch, you can always watch. I mean, you don't need to ever go there, but if you ever don't have a chance to catch, I mean, if you ever get behind or whatever, yeah, you can find all the videos here. Twitch keeps the VODs just for 2 weeks, which is why I'm taking the time to put them all on YouTube. When you give curse cards, can you run out of cards? Yes, you can. So in the first edition, prior to the first edition being errata, I mean, basically, this was an errata, which was erratum, isn't it actually? That Isaac added. That originally the curse deck was 1 stack of 20 cards, which is what was in the original rulebook. But it was errataed to be 2 decks of 10 cards. Curse cards, yes, exactly. The biggest reason for this is actually because of Curse Tornado. This was the thing which caused this, more or less, to be changed. So in the end, yes, you cannot give more than 10 curse cards one way or the other. And additionally, this has caused a little bit of a weird, I mean, a problem with the scenario book where so if you play 4-player and there are 4 characters and the scenario says give out 3 curses and no one has the ability to ignore negative scenario effects, then you're actually supposed to give out 12 curses, but of course the maximum is 10. So in this case, you choose 2 people who get 3 and 2 people who get 2. So naturally, the scoundrel never takes the full 3 curses. But yeah, so it's actually a little bit weird because obviously the game wasn't designed with that change in place, which is why the scenario book reflects differently. But yes, if you curse when there is none left, you simply give nothing. This is why it's generally a good idea to try to pair curse with muddle, because this will double the rate at which they draw their deck, which almost doubles their chance of missing and significantly increases the pace at which they also draw the curses that you put in. This is what is so stupid about Curse NATO, is because it's actually a 1-card self-contained combo, because the card both muddles and curses, which is what creates problems. Okay, so we actually have to choose which card to get rid of here. Let's put all the cards in his deck, and then we'll see. Alright. So I guess we should cut Dirt Tornado. That card's not very good. Well, we still don't have the movement yet, so we still unfortunately need backup ammo for movement, especially now that we're always going to be using the top of Dirt Tornado. Yeah, we really cannot wait to get Cataclysm and Meteor, but for now, this is going to have to stay just to keep movement up. So, yeah. I think the worst card in our deck at this point is probably Nature's Lift over Earth and Clod. Heal 2 is just so medium now, too. Now that we have 18 HP pools. Oh, Mini. Oh, I got that you're falling. Oh, God. My cat just woke up and decided to try to dive between my... I mean, like, yeah, well. Started squirming around and fell from my legs. This is going to give me the opportunity to refill my water before I start the scenario, though. Anyway, but it is still very good against wound and poison. There's not that much here. The corpses are the only things that can poison. There's no wound. Huh. So this is pretty close, I think, between that and Earth and Clod. Earth and Clod is better just because getting a free heal on bottom when you don't need to move is nice. That being said, because it's an escort quest, we actually have to spend a lot of time moving. At the same time, the Immobilize is relatively effective CC, although not so much on an escort, on an escort quest. So I think ultimately Earth and Clod is actually going to be the cut here. Ah, we actually do need push, though, at some point here. The Brute has push, but isn't that likely to keep... Oh, we actually don't even have Warding Strength here. Do we need to bring Warding Strength back as well? No, I don't think we want to cut any of these cards. Even though it's weird, but Skirmishing Maneuver might actually be not good for this scenario, again, because you have to move a lot, and this top attack is not good against a number of the... I mean, against almost all the enemies in the scenario, actually. It's literally only good against cultists. Should we cut Skirmishing Maneuver now? That cutting a level 5 I mean, it can be correct occasionally, but I'm not sure that's correct here. I think we should both bring push so that we have... Alright, I mean, we'll set this aside, but basically, so these poison traps are going to be here. I kind of try to play as if I don't know, but I mean, alright, at the same time, we know that there are traps, and there can be a trap wall. We're going to need push to break the trap wall, otherwise Hail's going to tank it, and the traps just do way too much damage at this level. Heaving Swing, I mean, can do it, but it's much more difficult. Alright, so let's see. So we cut out Nature's Lift as well. I think it's fine. Is it better to cut out Sentient Growth then? Just because, again, most of the enemies in this scenario, this attack isn't good against. Sentient Growth just isn't good again on scenarios with high shield enemies. Because, obviously, just doing an attack 2 AoE, like, anytime we can AoE, we won't be using Curse Tornado at this point anyway. Yeah, alright, let's do that, actually, because I don't mind having a heal that we can use on Hail as well. So let's bring that. Let's actually cut Sentient Growth, and let's put Crater in as well. I'll take these two out. I'm not sure if that's correct. But yeah, I think it's pretty close. It's just that Nature's Lift, if I ever clear out a room and I have like a little bit of time while we're moving from room to room, I can use this to heal up, which is still useful, whereas Sentient Growth, it does work, but doesn't work as well. Because I can still use the bottom, obviously, but it's half the healing. And healing for Hail can be pretty useful here. So I think this is fine to cut like this. So we need, I think, still to cut something for Warding Strength, though. I think it is important to have Warding Strength here. It's tough because we kind of want all our cards. Again, Trample is good here because we've got enemies with 2 shield or higher, so it's an attack 5. This is really the most questionable card. This combo is still really good. This is really good. I guess it could be Spare Dagger as well. We don't need the bottom. The top range attack is nice, but we have that here, although we use this for move 4 more often than anything. I mean, it has to be Skirmishing Maneuver or Spare Dagger, I guess. In that case, I think I'd rather just cut Spare Dagger. Ugh. I don't like that at all, though. Man, having to bring Warding Strength sucks. No, but I can't cut any of these other cards. Provoking Roar can eventually go once we get level 6, but for now it can't because we just need an initiative. Plus it's also really good to have CC on an escort quest. No, I'm cutting Spare Dagger. I'm not sure if it's correct. It is this or Skirmishing Maneuver, and I just can't bring myself to cut my level 5 card. I'm not sure that that Spare Dagger is actually worse, but I think it probably is. The bottom attack is worse, and the top attack may be worse. I'm not sure. I mean, again, we do have another range attack. It's not like we need it. We need to move frequently, but not necessarily a ton of movement. All right, and her deck, I think, is pretty stacked. The only question is whether we want Flame Strike. I think we probably don't mind having Flame Strike just to maybe like wound one of the Wind Demon. I mean, sorry, the Living Spirits, but it's possible we don't actually need that. What could we bring instead then? We got Frost Armor and the Summon, basically. Or theoretically Impaling Eruption, but nah, I don't need Impaling Eruption. That's for sure not the case. The Summon is good for a while, but when the respawns start coming from behind us, it becomes less good. Yeah, it's difficult to keep it alive because skeletons having multi-target and stuff like that. The heal is nice, but we've already got 8 for healing. And Frost Armor, yeah, no, I guess we'll keep Flame Strike. Element consumption doesn't really matter so much here. The enemies don't really use elements. Except for, yeah, they can use Frost, but we can as well, so. No, I think this is fine. I think we'll stay like this. Alright. As you can see, there's always consideration. It's never autopilot when making decks for scenarios. Shuffle this, shuffle this, shuffle this, and do our battle goals. Is Spellweaver ever going to get our first battle goal? This is the question. Which comes first? Level 9 or first checkmark? Battle goal. Wow, technically gained one before. Reveal a room by opening a door or 2 or less hit points at the end. Definitely reveal a room. I mean, the Brute is the door opener, so that's always a nice one when we get that on him. Okay, over here. Kill a monster by 4 or more. Have 3 or fewer cards in your hand at the end. 3 or fewer cards in your hand at the end seems doable. Definitely not really dynamo on the Cragheart, typically. Use no items. Use your items number. So we would have to use. It's greater than your level plus 2, so 7 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1 long rest. Yes. So we did start recording. Yeah, all right, so we'd only have to do 1 long rest and use all our items. Yep, we're going to try to get this. We may actually get a battle goal. Of course, we're going to end up not ever having the chance to long rest. We're never going to get this back, and we're never going to get a battle goal. But professional, if professional's not doable, I really don't know what is. I mean, I guess the Protector would be the most doable, but if the Spellweaver somehow fails professional, we'll know that she is destined never to get a battle goal. That's just the case. All right. Looks good. Everything's set up. Let's set ourselves up. First, though, I am just going to quickly go to the bathroom, so I'll be right back. I mean, go to the bathroom, refill my glass of water. Be right back. sorry about that. I am back now. I just had to go pee, fill my water, and feed the cat. All right, let's get to it, shall we? So what's our plan here? Same thing we do every night, drop some rocks. Don't mind if I do. All right, let's place all the things so we don't forget this time. So where they go? 1, 2, 3, right? 1, 2, 3. Easy. These are the 5 starting spots. And Hail, yeah, we've actually got to set up Hail's starting stats as well. All right, so Hail performs a move 2. Thank you very much, Quarlord. And has 4 plus 2 times L. L is 4, so it's just 12 hit points, right? Because yeah, we're up to 5 with monsters and everything, so we're scenario level 4. Yep. Shim's 4 is 8 plus 4, so 12 total HP. Alright, doable. Hail's going to lose her description and rather just go to 12 HP. Alright, so what to do? It's annoying because it would be really nice if we could use Leave and Cleave, but that doesn't seem to work. Yeah, so there's some very specific things we need to do here. What we really want to try to do is to place obstacles. I mean, placing obstacles actually kind of sucks here. Because we can't stop this spot. I guess we can just use Skewer without it being powered up. Or, that's interesting. All right, let me show you. Let's start to put some of our pieces together. So as usual, we're almost always starting with obstacles. This makes sense, especially while Hail's not adjacent, so that we could damage them. The thing we really want to do is to prevent there from being any spaces where they can summon. So we want to block all the adjacent spaces, ideally. It's difficult because the Living Bones is likely to move. So ideally what we'd like to do is do something like obstacle here, and then the other obstacle doesn't really matter where. I guess like here, even. And then we move to here with the Cragheart. This way this can't hit multiple targets, it's stuck there. And then the Brute jumps over here and does a line skewer against them. Yeah, that seems very good. All right. So accordingly, Craggan's here. And I guess you can go like here or something. So the only question is whether we should try to power up Skewer. Powering up Skewer gives us +2 attack, but I don't think it's worth using mana potions. At the same time, we didn't use mana potions last time. We had them, but the point was last scenario was not like Cold Fire wasn't very good. Although now we have both aspects of Cold Fire, I'm not sure if we need to be so conservative with our mana potions, but it does give us a lot of added flexibility, especially after resting with Reviving Ether. I mean, after losing Reviving Ether. So we do something like this. We really just have to go. I mean, I guess if the cultists move at 10, we're going to be pretty sad. And they do have a decent chance of moving at 10, but I mean, they're going to summon, right? No, they're not going to summon because I'm prepared for the summon. That's how it's actually going to work. I mean, this should still just be the right play, I think. So then we can just do what we really want to do here for the Spellweaver as well. Set up Cold Fire. Well, yes, I do think so. So in that case, I guess we should do something like this. In case he goes before 13. No, he can't go before 13 and move. It doesn't actually matter. But we're going to move anyway on the Spellweaver, but the Brute's going to go before the Spellweaver. 35, yeah. Yeah, I mean, this seems fine overall. I guess if these go... What happens if they go at 10? I guess we should be prepared for that. I mean, then I guess they like move up. We still place obstacles, and the Brute skewers them or something. I don't know. I guess it's still okay. Not as good. All right. This still seems like a very good setup. We're also like, if we get to do everything we want to do, which I mean, there's no guarantee, but I mean, yeah, it's just that they can't go at 10. As long as they don't go at 10, we're fine. Because then once the Cragheart gets here, they're just all blocked in, and Hail can't advance at all either because of the obstacles we have set up, which is just so nice. So we just have to fade at 10. All right, let's go. 63. Ah, I knew you'd try to summon. I knew it. I know you so well, TTS cultists. I can't get me this time though. I hope I haven't made some glaring mistake. We're going to do a generic move too. Or no, sorry, we're going to start with 1 experience and create an earth and drop some rocks. What are our battle goals again? So here we need to 3 or fewer cards at the end, open a door, and use a bunch of items. All right, obstacle here. So we need to diagonally rotate them for this. Obstacle here. Obstacle here. God, this ability is just so strong. So it's 2 damage. Oh, we didn't actually set their health. So we're looking at 11 health on the cultists, so they're down to 9. I did set the right number of cultists. Doesn't seem like a tremendous amount of things the first time. I mean, I guess it's a long scenario. Yeah. Just afraid that sometimes I miss it. So 9 health. 9 health. And the skeleton has 7 health now. Okay. And then we're going to move to here with the bottom of Unstable Upheaval. And as always, on the first turn of the scenario, when we use Unstable Upheaval, we will hammer a potion it back. Beautiful. Okay. I'm just not in a hurry actually to kill them anymore. Since they're going to be boxed in like this, they're not summoning. They're not really that threatening. Yeah, they can produce 1 curse per turn on the brute, which kind of sucks with how bad our decks are already for this scenario, but I mean, I'm going to stun them next turn anyway. I don't think I need to use a mana potion to give +1 damage on Skewer here. Okay, so we do a move 4, jump with the bottom of Fatal Advance. Hopping on over to here. Yeah, jump is nice. And then we gain 1 experience, and we do an attack 3 with Skewer, doing 1, then 4. Okay. All right. What a start, huh? What a start. All right, down to 5. And done. Then it is the Spellweaver which goes. Guess we want her to only move to here, because otherwise she'll move like around here. So, and I guess we have to move up anyway. I guess it would be better to move here. This gives us range 2 on bottom Flame Strike if we want, which is nice. Yeah, so that works. All right, so we'll move to there. Yeah, I mean, the element we create doesn't matter. Where it's always got to be ice. There's no other elements here that matter anyway. So we'll move there. It's usually nice to attack first, because then if we create ice by flipping an ice modifier, we don't need to create it, but it's not like there's another element we're going to create here. The brute just used his wind consuming, and the Cragheart already has earth, so we don't need any other elements anyway, so it really doesn't matter here. All right, so we move with Reviving Ether going there, creating ice, and then we create fire with the top of Engulf. And yeah, we want to spread damage here for sure. So we'll attack cultist number 1, and then attack 4. Okay. I had to draw them at some point. So far, 2 or 3 attacks, no damage. Not the end of the world though. So then the Living Bones, which cannot move at all, simply makes an attack 3 on the Cragheart. Jeez. All right, so it's going to be like that, huh? It's quite a start. And then the cultists just suffer 2 damage. And that's the end of the round. All right, our turn here is again very clear. It would be nice to use Flame Strike to get that attack, but we still have the option of doing that next turn if we want. And since we're going to stun them, we'd really rather go before them. By stunning them at 7, we make sure that they can't do their stupid Death Explode, which is the only way that they could basically threaten us really at all. And the bottom Mana Bolt's actually useful here, just hail moves, because it'll actually heal the Cragheart. Okay, speaking of the Cragheart, it's time to use Dirt Tornado. Massive Boulder is obviously quite good here as well, but these enemies are no longer a threat because of the situation that we set up. And Dirt Tornado is going to give us some free curses, which will be very valuable later on. That being said, dealing damage to them still not worse with Heaving Swing. Yeah, it actually just doesn't matter that much. What's the Brute doing? Guess we can kill the cultists, but we definitely don't want to kill the Living Bones, because as long as that Living Bones is there, then Hail's not moving up still, which is good. Skirmishing Maneuver is nice because we don't need to move anyway. And I suppose just Unstoppable Charge is good. big attack, range attack on this cultist. Overall seems fine. So we just want the Cragheart to go before that. I don't necessarily see myself using Kinetic Assault to attack anytime soon. Kinetic Assault is usually just a move 2 with 19 initiative for us. Man, I wish I had that bottom heal right about now. Although it wouldn't be earlier than 29, but then we could do the Brute stuff slightly differently. I mean, I guess the Brute doesn't actually need to go early. We want the Brute to go last anyway, since he's the one killing people. And they're going to be stunned anyway, so it doesn't matter that he goes early. So here we have more flexibility to go whenever we want. So basically we have to choose a card to just kind of throw away here. Actually, I guess it just makes sense to throw away Crater, although we... No, yeah, he's always going after the Spellweaver, so that's fine. Yeah. So we don't want to use Heaving Swing because we don't really care about increasing the damage on our attack here is the reason why we're not using that. Because we want them to all survive the attack. Since we're not really at any risk of them like threatening at us at all, we're going to always kill them before they do anything serious regardless. So we don't want to increase the damage because we actually want to get the curses, so we don't want to kill them. We're still going to use the earth because it is still free damage and experience, but I mean, we're not going out of our way to increase our damage here. So I think we can just throw away Crater here. Again, Crater doesn't really matter to me now. I'm just saving it for the traps later in the scenario. So it's a good opportunity to just get rid of it for now. Okay, let's go. 2745, standard stuff. Not trying to summon again, huh? You figured it out. Yeah, you know. You thought you could get me, but... All right. Spellweavers first. Consume earth and or ice and fire. I don't really want to use the goggles. Like I said, the only nice thing about using the goggles is increases my chances of drawing some curses out of my deck. Am I gonna long rest in this room though? Probably not. Man, his 3 targets. Just being able to draw 6 cards when you still have 2 curses in your deck, just in the hope of getting a curse out. It's not that I care about the damage here. I just care about getting rid of curses before the scenario becomes more difficult. Same time, I might regret not having the goggles in the next room. Just depends how likely I think I am to get a long rest here. I think I can actually probably get away with a long rest here. Maybe. Maybe. I think I'm going to try it. I think it's probably correct to use this here in general. I don't want to be too greedy with trying to milk these enemies, so let's just use this. We'll use the goggles. We won't use anything else. Definitely don't need these other things. So this gives us attack 3, stun with advantage. We'll do... Yeah, ordering doesn't really matter so much to me here. Yeah. All right, we'll do 1, 4, 8 in that order. So Cultist 1, Cultist 4, and then Skeleton 8. We're most likely killing 4, unfortunately, but so be it. Jeez. Was it us that drew it? No, it was him that drew the mess, right? All right, well, anyway. I mean, like I said, it doesn't really matter, but not a 4. And then Cultist 4. Here, I'd like to see a curse. 2 curses. Well, there's new ice, and that Cultist is extremely dead. And then the skeleton. Didn't even get a curse. That's unfortunate. So 4, so 3 actual damage. All right. And we reshuffle our deck anyway, so it didn't really change anything. Using that. Okay. So then we use the bottom of Mana Bolt to do a heal 3 on the Cragheart. Then the cultists go, but are stunned. So no curses for the root. No more curses for the root. Living Bones goes, but is also stunned. And then the Cragheart goes. We do not want to move back, because again, we want to keep this basically wall to prevent Hail from advancing. We don't want Hail to be the one that could get attacked if this thing doesn't die. We don't really care that much about being disadvantaged against it. So we'll consume the Earth, gain 1 experience, and use the top of Dirt Tornado, shaping it like this, hitting both of them. We'll do the disadvantage Bones 8 first, and then Cultist number 1. So each of these is an attack 2, muddle, curse. And disadvantage against the adjacent one. Okay, well, correct ordering at least. Oh no, not correct ordering. Oh no! Oh, that's unfortunate. That is really unfortunate. Alright, so this cultist dies. And here we did no damage. But we give them 1 curse in the end. That's not the curse-nator that I wanted. I mean, never, like, it's rare to be in a situation where you're unhappy to kill enemies, but we really, really would have preferred this enemy to live. And to have 1 more curse in their deck. All right. So like I said, we're not going to move. We're going to stay exactly where we are. So now it's the Brute's turn. So this has 4 health left, so we cannot move up and attack that with Unstoppable Charge. Otherwise, we're going to give Hail a highway to walk through with. I think... So I can move up and do a generic attack 2 and get a coin, or I can gain 1 experience and do an attack 3. I think I'll just get the coin, actually. So we'll just use Skirmishing Maneuver as a generic attack 2. We'll go to this coin, because this one will be easier for our allies to pick up on the way. And we do still want money, as usual. And we'll use the top. Oh, we could actually do 2 attacks of Skirmishing Maneuver then. If we get like +1/+1, we kill it. It's too risky. All right, and then we'll just use one of the other. I mean, we're not hammer pushing anything here anyway, so we just do one of the cards to do a generic attack 2 on top against the skeleton. Guess that was an argument for making multiple attacks. I kind of forgot about that. Well, it was still too risky, I think. Because I did 1 attack, I got this, which was fine. I'm happy with this here. But if I had made 2 attacks, it would have been +1/+1, I'm sure. Or like crit +2, something like that. I guess 1, yeah. No, yeah. Can't change anything either way. Okay. I guess like +2/+1 is what it would have been, the worst possible case. So Hail still doesn't move. We have ice, huh? We've got no consummation things, really. Kind of like to move to that coin. Don't mind if I do. I guess we also want Cragheart to have money, right? Both of us want money. I guess the Spellweaver can just do a heal here. I mean, someone can. So what's our goal? We need to block these 3 spaces. So I guess the Brute can do this to do a generic move, but also have good initiative. And then do something like this, I guess, to get an attack that also gives experience. This should basically kill. So the Spellweaver needs to go to one of these 2 spots then. That's fine. So we can play this, because then if the things before us kill, then we can use this to heal, but if they don't kill, then we can use that to move while we use something like this to kill. Yeah, it seems fine. We've got this for entering the next room. Yeah, overall seems alright. Okay. So we want everyone to go before 36. That's not too difficult. So the Cragheart can do something like this, actually. It's an early attack. It's an attack 4. Should be good enough. And so you don't want to use all your early initiative together. We don't really have other cards that matter so much. I guess we can just use like this to move. That seems fine. All right. Overall, this looks like a good plan. You're eliminated. Let's go. 64. All right. Brutes first. So we're going to begin by gaining 1 experience and making an attack 3 with Leap and Cleave on the skeleton. +0. So I was counting their shield right. Yes. Yeah. 2 shield for the elites, but only 1 here. So it takes 2 damage down to 2. And then we'll do a generic move 2, going with the bottom of Provoking Roar going here. And I'm not going to hand push it back again because it won't give me an additional turn. I'm not that concerned about the initiative right now. All right, next up is the Cragheart. So we're going to use Kinetic Assault as an attack 4. All right. Cragheart is really into those overkills, huh? He's like, you didn't take Dynamo. You didn't believe in me. I'll show you. All right. And I think we do prefer to have the Cragheart up further. Yeah, so the Cragheart will move here, using the bottom of backup ammo. And then it's the Spellweaver's turn, so we're going to use the bottom of Flame Strike as a generic move too. Here, yeah, we couldn't have made it there anyways. This makes sense. And then we'll do the top of Elemental Aid. I think the Cragheart's the only one missing health. Yep, to do a heal 3 on the Cragheart, healing last 2 of his health. All right, this is beautiful. And then Hail will just move to here. Yeah, it sucks now that we use the goggles, actually, because we're not going to long rest before this next room. And I think we're actually going to do a 3-target Fire Orbs, too. Ugh. Yeah, all right. Some mistakes have been made. Is that the right way to play this? Yeah, I mean, I don't want to waste so much longevity sitting around here. Is it worth? Is having the goggles worth each person wasting a turn? That's an interesting question, actually. It's a tough call. With 2 curses still in the deck, it seems like it could be. There's another argument in favor of wasting a turn as well, which is that it puts the Cragheart closer to getting back to Rock Slide again, which is going to be useful in this next round. Sucks that we literally would just do nothing for a turn. Same time, we've got some cards that don't matter so much right now. Hail doesn't advance. Well, Hail does advance a significant amount here. Now she gets 1 closer to the next room. No, that's not such a big deal. Yeah, I think I agree with you, Puri. I think without the curses, I wouldn't normally do this, but I think knowing that there are 2 curses in the deck, if my plan would be to do something like this anyway, but I guess I would just long rest now, right? It's fine though. Then I'd be losing. So I'd actually be losing eternal longevity on every character in the game, on all 3 characters, by long resting 1 turn early. But I didn't. And I'll be playing a loss off curve too. No, so that actually ends up costing me. That ends up costing a lot more. Then it's actually 2 turns that I lose for the Spellweaver, as well as 1 turn for the. So I lose 4 total turns between 3 characters if I do this. I was forgetting that the Spellweaver still had the 2 cards here, and that it'll lead if I'm doing that in order to Fire Orbs, but then I'm Fire Orbsing at 7 cards instead of 8, then I'm losing 2 turns. No, I think I'm just gonna go for it then. I think that's too many. I think if it was 2 turns that I lose total, I think it is probably worth it because of the curses, but I think at 4 turns, the cost is too high. I think I'd rather take my risk. I mean, run my luck. Worst case scenario, I mean, all right, not worst case, but realistically, with the 2 curses and I'll miss 22 cards in my deck, if I miss 1 attack, I think it's okay. All right, so Brute runs in, balance measure plus this. Seems good. Technically, I could be using Trample, but I'm gonna pretend as if I don't completely know what's in this room. Massive Boulder seems good. Need to go after the Brute, I think. Just use this as a generic move. If we need to go after the Brute, we need to go like this, but that's fine as well. Alright, this looks alright. So generic move, which puts us basically on the door with the Cragheart. Move 4 for the Spellweaver, puts her past the door. Brute runs all the way into the room with balance measure. I mean with hook and chain plus balance measure. Yep. Alright, let's do it. Worst case scenario for the Spellweaver, we can always, if the room doesn't seem like it's going to be that difficult, we can always change our mind and decide to go with Flashing Burst. The advantage is because we've kept Hail back so far, because of the obstacles we set up, we actually have a lot of time to deal with this room as well. Alright, so 42, move 4 for the Brute. 1. This goes there. Got 2 regular skeletons in the back. We've got just 2 regular living spirits. I thought there were 3. I guess I was used to 4-player. Strange. There being only 2 does make me consider whether I actually will need 2 Spire Orbs or not. Makes me happier with the decision I made here, I think. But we shall see still. So this and this. What are you up to? Healing too, huh? And not moving. Yeah, I don't think we'll be using Fire Orbs. But we shall see. 2, 3. Yeah, I don't think that's the way we want to do it. So we could stop here. This way we can make an attack 3 and then an attack 3. But that's so bad against something with 3 shield. I think I prefer instead to use my boots to have an attack 6. Then the question is, should I use the axe? I think the answer is no. Again, I'm not very threatened by this room right now. All right, so hold on. Let's see where we're gonna go. Well, I'll do the rest of my 3 movement afterwards. This way I can make an attack 6 with a +1. I kill one of them actually. So the question is, I could go here and use my axe to hit both of them for attack 6s. The reason why I don't like this though is quite simply because these things aren't moving now, so we're not really threatened. These are, I mean, yeah, they're doing something, but there's only 2. Everyone's at full health. Hale is far behind, and we've got a ton of healing. So it should be pretty easy for us to deal with this room in a timely fashion without having to worry too much about Hale, and not actually have to spend resources and save our resources for later when the scenario gets much more difficult. I think for now we're still fine, especially considering, like I said, the fact that these living bones are just doing nothing for a turn here. So accordingly, I think I'm not going to use the axe. All right. So with the Cragheart, his movement 2. So he has to hit this one. So we actually don't want to be standing next to that one. So we can do something like 1, 2, 3 more. I think going to here is fine. Now the annoying thing is actually it's going to... Oh no, this is good because then if we don't kill it, our splash damage will actually finish this off before it goes. Yeah. All right, that's nice. The attack here doesn't really do anything, but still we'll at least kill one of these. All right, and if the brute does kill it, then we'll just go and attack here. Yeah, seems good. Okay, so we move there as a move 6 with hook and chain. And then we're going to use balanced measure, gaining 1 experience and making an attack 6 on the living spirit adjacent to us. +1. Oh, -1. That's the worst. Oh, that's so bad. Woof. All right. So this is an attack 5. He takes 2 damage. Down to 2. That's rough. That's really rough. All right. There we're done. So next up we have the Cragheart. 2 with the bottom of Nature's Lift. I think we're still going to do it, and we'll try to have the Spellweaver finish this one off. Just hoping to get a +1, I guess, with her amazing deck. All right, so we'll create an Earth, and we'll do an attack 3 with Massive Boulder, targeting number 1. Should we use our bow here, then? This would give the Spellweaver 2 possibilities for things she can hit. Yeah, actually, I don't mind using the bow here. All right, yeah, we'll use the bow, targeting number 1. Is it not better to save it for something like a Dirt Tornado? No, I think this is fine. Nice. All right, so we kill this. We weren't one shot, were we? No, number of cards. And we get 1 damage on this. Very nice. I think the bow is a much less serious resource than the battle axe, for the record. All right, next up we have the Spellweaver. So we're going to do a move 3 with Fire Orbs. Oh no! I'm an idiot. Well, so be it. Should we just move to here then? Or should we just use Fire Orbs? Let's just use Fire Orbs. So, all right, so the problem is we're right here, right? At this point, I don't really need to play a loss. But if I move with Fire Orbs, I only have a move 3, and the Cragheart stopped on the door. The Cragheart could have fixed this by using his boots. I wasn't paying enough attention to where the Spellweaver needed to move, though, so I didn't actually look at considering. I didn't consider using his boots, and he's already moved before attacking, so unfortunately at this point I can't change it. So the problem is, Fire Orbs doesn't actually let me get into the room to attack anything, so I can't actually Flashing Burst. So accordingly, I kind of need to actually just use Fire Orbs, because then I can use Flashing Burst to move as a move 4. So if we go 1, 2, 3, 4, then from here we actually have range 3 on all the things in the room, so we can hit this and these 2 things. Which kind of sucks, but I think it's okay. Also, using a loss here again, because we're at our 8 card hand size, it's actually not bad, and it does speed up this room. So ultimately, I think this is okay. All right, we're gonna gain 3 experience. We're gonna create a fire. We're gonna use Fire Orbs, targeting everything in the room. The real question we have now is, should we use the bow, or should we use the potion, or should we use nothing? I don't think nothing is ever the correct choice because we really do want to get +1 here. +1 is just enough, and the potion and the bow both do the same thing here, whereas the potion makes us safer here in the sense that then even a -1 or even a -2 actually still kill this. Great. Now my tablet is just not working at all. I'm just going to restart it. Problem is how valuable I think the bow is going to be later. Probably not so valuable, right? I mean, knowing what's happening in the scenario, there will be living spirits coming from behind us. I guess if we've used up all our bows, we just won't be able to kill it. And it does come behind pretty soon, so we will actually have to deal with it. No, yeah, that can't be right. All right, let's just try to use the potion then. This should be good enough. And again, it's not like, yeah, the potion will be more valuable later on, but I really don't want to use fire orbs and not make an attack 4 on this. Because then the odds of killing just aren't very good, and I'm just using the fire orbs for this stuff. Whereas here, eliminating this attacker is pretty valuable. All right, someone give me the order, because there's no way, after all the resources I'm investing in this, with so much risk in my deck, there's no way I'm choosing the order here. So we've got Living Spirit 3, Living Bones 3, and Living Bones 8. All right, thank you, Puri. Sorry, I'm just finishing up. All right, finally got my app working again. So Bone 3, Spirit 3, Bone 8. All right, let's do it. So Bone 3 first. Okay, Spirit 3. Whew, all right, and then Bone 8. Nice. Well, they're good flips overall anyway, but I'll take it. Wouldn't have been the same if I had done it. Thank you, Puri. So we had an attack 4 base, and we got +2 on this Bones. So 6, he has 1 shield, so we do 5, putting him down to 4. And then here we got, a dead living spirit. And then here we got +1 on a 5, so to make it 5, so we did 4 damage, putting him down to 5. Those are some really nice modifiers, especially because we also created ice, so we're now even set up to use cold fire again next turn, which means this room is just over, unless we lose cold fire on the short rest, because we should definitely short rest here, again, just because you have the cold fire upside. Okay, living bones go and do nothing, because they're adjacent to no one, and then hail moves 2. Alright, let's fire off that short rest. Yeah, it kind of sucks to lose our best initiative. Well, no, not best initiative, second best. I mean, it's not one of the first cards I would lose. Well, actually, it might even be. No, I guess I would lose Flame Strike and Elemental Aid before that. That's about it. So, yeah, not bad. Not bad. All right. Cold Fire. And Mana Bolt for initiative. Best to be safe. Make sure we go before they do so they can't do anything. Brute just moves up and attacks. Initiative doesn't really matter because they're going to be stunned. Cragheart. Actually have any ranged attacks left, do we? But can move up and attack using boots. I think that's fine. Then we can try to pop off a long rest at some point here. The brute will also long rest, so we can actually even use this to get some extra damage. And this because this is an attack 3. We may even just then long rest the following turn. Alright, this works. So here we're going to use Rumbling Advance because Rumbling Advance will allow us to go 4 to here, which gives us 1 free damage on this Bones, because why not? And then they're both just going to be doing attacks on this, basically. And we use our boots again because we're probably going to long rest, maybe on both of them next turn. And we're going to do 1 damage to the brute, as he'll be adjacent to us with Rumbling Advance, but this doesn't matter because the brute will long rest, so he'll end up at full health regardless. So might as well take the 1 free damage. We don't have a move 3 of any sort, no. Guess we'll be missing out on experience, theoretically. Do we even need the 1 free damage? Well, we might. We don't have great deck. Does experience matter to us that much? It kind of does. Level 6 is really big for us. Getting Cataclysm finally. Should I prioritize the experience more than the damage? Yeah, maybe I should, actually. To be perfectly honest. I think the 1 damage doesn't matter here. With all the attacks we're going to be doing. Alright, let's go. So, oops, I accidentally eliminated the bones. The 20. Nice try. Alright. So the Spellweaver already has range on both of them, so it can move first. consuming ice and fire, using cold fire, attack 3, range 3, stun, targeting 3 and 8. We'll do it in that order. The ordering here doesn't matter so much. Alright. So 2 damage here, down to 2. 3 damage here, down to 2 as well. 3 actual damage. I mean, it was a 3 and a 4, which is 2 damage and 3 damage. Yep, exactly. Okay. So then we have the bottom of Mana Bolt to move because no one needs any healing. We're just playing this for initiative, and we can move up to here. Conveniently also continuing to be a scoundrel. Alright, Living Bones are stunned. Sorry, Cold Fire was stunning, I just didn't place it on them. And then the Cragheart goes, so we gain 1 experience, performing a move 2. We're going to use our boots as well to get move 4 total. At the bottom of Blunt Force. Also have 1 retaliate, but this doesn't matter. And we're going to use the top of Heaving Swing as an attack 3. Unfortunately, we cannot push anywhere. So we'll just make an attack 3 on bones number 8. The bones adjacent to us. Yep, the 1 damage did not end up mattering. Okay, we're done. And then it's just the Brute's turn. We'll use the bottom of Warding Strength to move, because Trample is obviously better since it does have Shield 1. This is an attack 4, whereas this is an attack 3. The push does nothing. So bottom of Warding Strength is generic move 2. Move on to this coin. And then we'll use the top of Trample as an attack 3 Pierce 2, targeting the Living Bones. Alright, Living Bones is dead. Man, we are dominating the beginning of the scenario. But first 2 rooms are the easiest part because you're not getting sandwiched from both sides yet. Still, this is definitely a good start, although it was costly in this room. And we haven't really gotten rid of as many curses as we would have liked either, which I guess is another big downside here. Alright, so yeah, I think it makes... I don't think there's really any reason to just waste a turn with the Cragheart. I think it's better to just long rest immediately, just so we can get those boots back, since we're just waiting for Hail to move up at this point anyway. We don't want to open the door with Hail too far behind, because we don't want the enemies that come from behind being directly on top of her. So if we long rest here, go into the next room the following turn, this gives us a really nice alignment. It sucks that the long rest actually doesn't give us much. Is it better to just short rest on the Brute and not long rest at all on either of them and not have the boots? And go 1 turn sooner? This puts her in a pretty precarious spot though, I think. Yeah, I think the long rest is better. It's safer. Alright. What is the spell we were doing? So we want to save this plus this for the turn before we rest. So I guess that gives us this plus this, which doesn't actually do anything. Oh yeah, but we're just picking up the coin. Yep, easy. Alright. What if then... It's just the boots for the Cragheart. What if instead we just... I mean, I guess it also lets us choose, but what if instead we move to here? It also puts us 1 closer, which is not necessarily a bad thing. This allows us to get the coin and not long rest 1 turn early, and we'll just short rest. I'll probably regret not having the boots in the future, because the boots are quite valuable, but actually I don't know. Like I said, you need to move a lot in this scenario. Or you need to move frequently, but not a lot. So I'm actually not so sure that I'll even regret not having the boots. I might regret not being able to choose the card I lose, but I mean, it's pretty simple. You just re-roll anytime you get Rock Slide, otherwise you're fine. And a coin is a coin. It's 4 gold. It's pretty valuable. Yeah, I think this is fine, actually, to do. All right, let's go. So we're going to do a generic move 2 with Unstable Upheaval, going to here. I did move her this last turn, right? Yeah, I believe so. Yes, because I moved from... Yeah. Yep. All right, so we grab that coin, and we'll actually use the top of Rumbling Advance to heal someone just to create Earth. This will allow us to use Dirt Tornado when we enter the room. And then the Spellweaver is going to consume that Earth to gain experience. No, I'm just kidding. Is going to just walk onto this coin. Oh yeah, and the Brute already opened a door, actually, so he's already gained his spell goal. And nothing from the top because there's no one who needs any healing. All full health. Okay, so get a long rest here. Just gives us the boots back. The boots are more valuable for him. Still kind of need to keep all these cards, huh? I guess we kept the Spellweaver's bow, so maybe we don't need to keep trample as well anymore. And it's an attack 4 against skeletons, but we've got plenty of things that are better than attack 4s against skeletons, and we're not going to be the one to go back and deal with that living spirit, I think. So yeah, we'll just get rid of trample. Okay. It's just because I mentioned it. All right, well, we got to keep Rock Slide, obviously. Please not Curse NATO. All right, that's perfectly fine. It's maybe the best thing I could hope for. All right. So I'd actually like the Cragheart to enter the room first. This way we can use Dirt Tornado before the enemies move while they're still clumped up. I think they're clumped up by default. It's been a little while since I've done this, but if I remember correctly. And if we're going to do that, we might as well get a little retaliate value. Okay, and so then what is the Brute doing? Setting up Skewer seems good. It's difficult because we don't actually know if Leaping Cleave has potential to be decent or not, the top, so it's better to just set up Skewer. It's a little bit safer. So we can just move in with that and this. Maybe we go as late as possible. Yeah, that actually looks good, because then the Cragheart can actually just move to the door. From here, we have range 1, 2, and we can expand like this. So we can hit literally the entire room with Dirt Tornado while holding the door, which is good. Not necessarily the person we want holding the door, but I mean, he's fine. He's also got 18 health, so he can hold the door when necessary. And then after all the enemies have gone, we can then jump into the room with Leaping Cleave, get an attack off his Unstoppable Charge, and then the following turn we'll be able to go early and do something like Skewer. This looks good. So I guess we should also go late with Spellweaver just in case. Oh, and so Hale did not move up this turn that I just did. Yeah, she should be there. The turn where I just dirled around. All right, perfect. Looks like we're in a really good spot here. Let's do it. So, Cragheart first, gain 1 experience, move 2, retaliate 1, onto the door. So, first let's set up this room, and then we'll do our little thing we have to do. All right. Yeah, nice chunk of enemies here. Please be kind. All right, that's fine. So let's see. What are your hells? 18 for you, and the Living Bones all have 9. All right. And then we need to do the stuff in the back. All right. Spawn 1 normal cultist for 2 characters, or 2 normal cultists for 3 or 4 characters at C. So C is blocked, so just gonna make closest empty spaces. So these have 11 health and are summoned. They only have they have 3 movement. They can't actually catch up to Hale. They have -1 movement now, so hopefully she'll be alright. It's gonna be close though. Need to play some rocks behind us pretty soon here. All right. So Cragheart gets to finish his turn, consuming Earth. We have a minor power potion. I think it's probably worth using it now, to be perfectly honest. So I think we will pop it. I don't know that we're going to get better than a 4-target Dirt Tornado for the rest of the scenario. Maybe in the last room, but I think this is fine. This is where it starts to get quite tight, because as the enemies come from behind, we kind of gummed up here. It's also difficult to prevent Hale from opening this door, and then once she opens that door, it's difficult to prevent her from running into traps, etc. So, all right, let's do this. We'll use our minor power potion. We consumed the earth. I don't believe we've given ourselves the 1 XP. Or we did. We did give 1 XP. Okay, perfect. So this gives us an attack 3 curse muddle. Ordering doesn't matter so much here, so I'll just do it myself. So we'll do 4, 5, 8 of the bones, and then 5 of the cultist. Nothing else special to use, I think. All right, so 4, 5, 8 of bones. So 4, so it's 2, so 1 damage. I'll give all the curses at the end. I guess I can place all the models now, because there's no way any of these are dying to this. We do not have rolling modifiers in our deck. All right, so 5, 1 damage. Crit. All right, so 1 damage here as well. Would have rather crit the cultist, but that's okay. So this was an attack 3, so crit is 6, so that's 5 damage. Not bad. And then the cultist. We'll taste his own medicine, get some curses. So 3 damage. Alright, that's fine. And we give them 4 curses. 2, 3, 4. Completely balanced. And we're done. So then the cultist goes, moves to here, makes an attack at -1, so an attack 2 curse on the Cragheart. Unfortunately, we have a helmet. I've been very happy with the Cragheart's helmet purchase, to be perfectly honest. Definitely happy that I bought that over the goggles. I think it's been worth it. Although, I mean, the goggles on an attack like that, it's tough, but the helmet has saved a number of crits. All right, so simply 2 damage and a curse. 5 and 5, even Steven. And then he takes 1 retaliate. Yeah, like I said, Blunt Force is mainly to move to 21 initiative with 1 experience, but occasionally the retaliate does something. Oops. Oh, no. That's not what I wanted. I don't want to get a curse on that attack. Yeah, that's okay. I mean, it's still better to get it than not, I guess. I forgot that he was muddled. Yep, I didn't. I just caught that. All right. And then... Oh, these ones go as well. They have only 1 movement, though. Oh, no, they have 2 movement, right? Yes. It's -1. 1, 2, 1. Okay. And then Living Bones go. I'm just going to get rid of all these models now. I guess I could have just placed it on the relevant one. So those others won't do anything. So then this one goes here. And then attacks. So attack is +1 actually, so an attack 4, but with muddle still. Nice. Yeah, Cursenado. Doing balance things. This is a reasonable enhancement in 3-player. Whoever said otherwise. God. What a silly, silly, silly thing. Oh. It's just so silly. Okay. And he takes 1 retaliate, my bad. Then it is the Spellweaver's turn. So we're going to perform our move forward jump with the bottom of Reviving Ether, creating an ice. I'm gonna shimmy on up to here. And then we're going to use Engulf, creating fire, make an attack 4, range 3, and we're definitely targeting the cultist. Alright. 5 damage. Down to 9. And then the Brute goes. So we're going to do a move 3 jump, which creates wind, using Leaping Cleave. Where do I want to screw? I mean, I'm going to Cold Fire either like this or like this. So the cultist is not really a threat, but the cultist is also the only thing that can get screwed with something else. So I guess we should go like this regardless. Yeah, we would have to use boots to go there anyway. All right, so we'll move there. So we definitely don't need to hit the cultist, because the cultist should certainly die with everything else that's going to happen. I mean, I guess not really. It's going to be a 4 plus a 3, so I have 2 life left, but then there's the Cragheart as well, and stuff like that. I mean, I guess we shouldn't be too careless with the cultist. But hitting it with a 5, it's going to ruin the Cold Fire or the Skewer. Yeah, that's why Cold Fire... Oh, man. Once you get that extra hex, just look at this. Look how much it changes things. It's really such a big deal. All right. Yeah, we'll attack the bones. We're going to gain 1 experience, and we're going to make an attack 5 with unstoppable charge, targeting living bones number 5. I think this is correct, just to maximize damage. Still not using the battle axe here. This room is going more than fine. Ooh, a disarm. Aw, curse. Well, I guess now I'm definitely happy that I attacked him. Since at least we got the disarm on someone who's not going to get stunned. Okay. And that's the end of the round. So, short rest. Again, the usual, not cold fire, not reviving ether. Alright, I mean, it sucks to lose in Gulf now, but obviously we can't reroll, and at least it wasn't cold fire or reviving ether. At least we get to use the cold fire here. Even if this will be the last one, that's okay. Like, we're reasonably close to using reviving ether anyway. And again, we can still supplement it at least one more time, but with one of our 2 minor mana potions, so we'll be fine. All right, well, the usual cold fire turn, cold fire plus mana bolt for initiative. This way we go, oop, where deuce? This way we go earlier than they can go, and we can heal the Cragheart who's missing 1 life. Okay, so the brute, we also know exactly what he's doing. A skewer, and what else? So originally I thought I would jump back, but these are going to be stunned. This is disarms. There's just 1 enemy that can attack us. I think it's fine having 1 enemy attack us, and I think for that reason I'm actually just going to use skirmishing maneuver to get an additional attack 3 while I stay here. That's fine, because then we can always like go early and jump out if we need to the following turn. All right, so what is the McCraggikins doing? Man, stone pummel, forceful storm. If only we had it. All right, but for real though. Oh, hail moved. My bad. Obstacle there does so much damage. Obstacles behind to block. Yes. Yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Easy. Bottom action doesn't matter. No, not really. Just a throwaway. Earlier initiative can be significant. 1, 2, 3. But I guess if we place them here and here, it has the same effect. Here and here. And here. Oh, no, because then it hurts hail. Yeah, yeah. So better. I guess we can't actually go before them if they go at 10. Yeah, I just moved her. Thank you. Guess we'll just use Unstable Upheaval just to be as safe as possible. We still can't beat the 10, like I said, but we can beat everything else. Alright. Alright. The heal's a little bit annoying because he's disarmed anyway. Ah, you're right. At 10, they only move 2. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I should have thought of that. Okay. So, Spellweaver first. Gonna do a heal 3, range 1 on the Cragheart. Just doing this first so I don't forget. Gonna consume Ice and Fire and use Cold Fire. I'm going to attack Cultist number 5 and Living Bones number 4. We'll do, yeah, I guess in that order. Cultist 5, Living Bones 4. Cultist 5 plus 1, Living Bones 4 plus 0. So 4 damage here, down to 5. And then this is a 3, so 2 damage, down to 5 as well. And a stun. I believe the bones go next. I'll just not stun that one because he's just not going to do anything. So he does nothing. Fortunately, these other ones get a little bit more shield and heal some more. They have 2 shield now, and they each shield for 2, except again for this one. Okay, and the Cragheart's up. Create Earth, gain 1 XP, and drop some rocks. Like I said, this rock I think is just too good to pass up. Yeah, these rocks seem good. Buys us some more time for those things coming from behind us. Alright, so 2 damage to everything in here. Oops. I mean, it's just discard every time you use it. This is basically just the 2-player party all over again. Oh, the brute does damage. I mean, like, I'm happy to have the brute in the party. I don't think he's completely integral. I think he could be kind of interchangeable with. At this point, with a Mind Thief or not really a Scoundrel. Yeah, I mean like a Mind Thief. If we had a Mind Thief at this point, the party would be stronger, but it would have been weaker early on. The Brute helped a lot to get us through the early levels for sure. But at this point, just having access to silly stuff like Rock Slide, which is just insane, Curse NATO, which is insane, and repeated Cold Fires, it's just, ugh. This is how you break the game. All right. So, we're not moving at all. We need to stay where we are. So we're done. So then the Brute goes. So we'll consume the wind, gain 1 experience, and we do an attack 4, pierce 1, like this, cultist, and then living bones. Cultist. Oh, okay, living bones. Okay. At least we're getting these curses out before the last rooms. So no damage here, and so then we had a 4, pierce 1 here. So this actually does kill this because this had 2 shield, and 3 life. So effective 5, and we did effective 5. And ours was, yeah, we've already done that. Okay, and then we have the bottom of skirmishing maneuver, gaining 1 experience, attack 3, range 3, and actually I think we'll attack the cultist. Even though it's disadvantaged, we've gotten 2 of the 3 curses out of our deck already. Oh, I guess we had 4 curses. No, I don't remember if we took an extra, but anyway. These things have 2 shield now. I mean, so I could attack this, but again, it has 2 shield. So I'd rather attack something with no shield and disadvantage than something with 2 shield and admittedly one of them is temporary, so we'll always have to deal with one of them. But my point is, the 1 extra shield that it has this turn negates typically more damage than the disadvantage should, and killing the cultist is also more important. Even though it's stunned this turn, just so we don't have to worry about it next turn when we won't have initiative to play around the Death Explode, which could be a lot of damage and curses, etc. All right, so we'll do an attack 3, range 3, targeting cultist adjacent to us, so disadvantaged. All right, so as expected, that cultist is dead. I always do that. These two just look so similar. All right, beautiful. And then these cultists, P2 life, and make some summon bones. And then Hale moves up to here. All right, let's keep going. It's not easy to push one of them to this rock. I also really need to create Earth because I need to use Crater next turn. Almost certainly, yeah, I have to go into that room with Crater next turn. Basically, for sure. I guess, yeah, we're just going to move up and attack. Probably create an element and then use a mana potion to create another element so that we can Cold Fire again. Well, it's getting less and less likely that we actually get to keep Cold Fire now, unfortunately, but still. All right. What can the Brute do? This guy's still got 7 health left. He's got 4 health left. I could do like some pushes to make it easier for him to push, but then we're just doing a low attack on the Brute, which is not ideal, I would say. But maybe that's still fine. I mean, what attacks can we do? We can do Disarm, which is not bad. We can do an attack 4 with Balance Measure, which is also not bad. Oh, I guess if the Brute moves up to here, we'd have to... do we want to use our boots, or do we want to just try to get lucky? Try to get lucky, yeah. So let's do that. Let's do this plus this, actually, to try to kill that top one. Then actually, no, it's better to just disarm. They're going to do a lot of damage here if we don't disarm. We'll just disarm one of them and be safe.
That's got to be the best play. We also do want someone here, though, so Hail doesn't move there, but I guess the Spellweaver can go there. We can go here. Well, then the Bones... No, but this Bones is going to be disarmed. I guess one Bones is going to hit the Spellweaver, but that's actually not a big deal if the Spellweaver gets hit once. Unless it's the all attacks on one target. That would hurt a bit more, but we're still at 10 life. Pretty safe from that. Because if we can create like the diamond here, then Hail's not going to move up at all, which would actually be much better for us. These are still a bit further away. At the same time, we kind of want her in. Actually, having her go to here is good, because next turn when we open this door, there's going to be stuff from behind. So yeah, it is good actually for her to move to here. So we don't necessarily want to take that spot. Alright, so let's just use this to move then. So for the Cragheart, we want to use Heaving Swing. And I guess Rumbling Advance is good as well, because it just gives us 1 free damage. And it creates the Earth. Yeah, so that looks very good, because then we can do Crater next turn, just like we wanted to. Alright, great. And the Spellweaver is basically just on cleanup duty? Yep, alright, I like this. Let's go. More summoning. That doesn't really matter. Alright, so... +1 attack. Happy that I'm disarming. Guess the problem is that I'm going to disarm the higher health one, but that's also the one all the attacks are going to be made on. Is there any world in which the Cragheart and Spellweaver kill this one? So 1 damage from Rumbling Advance puts it to 6, 2 damage from the obstacle puts it to 3, and then we get an attack 3 and attack 3. Yeah, there's actually a very reasonable world in which that happens. All right, so then let's just do our move 4 jump with Fatal Advance, going 1, 2, 3 up to here. And then we'll use Provoking Roar to make an attack 2 disarm, targeting Living Bones number 8. Alright, 1 damage is fine. So we would not have killed it if we had not used our Boots of Balance measure, so I think this is definitely the right way to play it. Oh, okay. Then the Cragheart goes, is going to do a move 2 with the bottom of Rumbling Advance, creating Earth. 1, 2 to here, which does 1 damage to this, down to 6. Then we're going to use the top of Heaving Swing to do an attack 3 push 1. We will be pushing him this way. So attack 3. Alright, that's fine. So 2 damage here, go down to 4, and then 2 damage from the obstacle. And we gain 1 experience for pushing him into an obstacle. And then we're done. So then, should we be the one to use our minor mana potion? No, it's better to have the minor mana potion on someone else than on the Spellweaver herself, because the other person can actually use it the same round, whereas the Spellweaver has to use it the round before. Yep. Okay, so we're going to do a move 4 jump with Reviving Ether. Oh no, someone was supposed to go here. Because here she goes there, and there, it's so much better. Well, looks like that's not happening anymore. Because I don't want to go here, because then I get disadvantaged, and it makes it so much less likely that I kill this. And it is really important to kill this, just eliminate incoming damage, which we're going to need all the health we can get when we get into the end here. I guess it gets to here, gets to here. It makes it more protected when we summon here. I mean, when stuff comes here. So I guess this is fine. We'll just move to there with Reviving Ether. So we're going to create fire, actually. There's a couple reasons for this, actually. So no matter what, if we're going to end up doing Cold Fire, we still need to use our minor mana potion to create the other element. So this changes nothing. But we do actually have 2 modifiers in our deck, although have we already drawn? We've drawn one of them, so it's only 1 in 14. But still, I mean, all right, we have a 1 in 14 chance of actually getting an ice from our attack. But beyond that, well, there's not really anything because we have to use the element this turn, so it doesn't really change anything there. But yeah, basically just for this reason. Theoretically, there is a secondary one, which is that the fire can also just be used for Flame Strike if we decide, I mean, if we lose Cold Fire or something. Although, like I said, we're most likely using the mana potion ourselves, so it doesn't really work that way. But yeah, I mean, pretty much just using it because we have a chance to get ice. Otherwise, it's exactly the same. All right, so we make an attack 3 range 2, targeting Living Bones number 5. Well, it's not the ice, but I mean, anything plus 0 or higher was good, so we'll take it. And so then we will use our minor mana potion to create ice. Obviously, like I said, this can suck. This is where stamina potions are so valuable. Like right now, boom, stamina potion back, you know, like mana bolt plus cold fire. But basically, we're still not, I mean, yeah, it is actually kind of risky. So it's that we have a 50% chance to flip Reviving Ether or Cold Fire. And if we flip Reviving Ether, we get to re-roll, and then we only have a 1 and a 3 to flip Cold Fire. So we're still less than 50% to lose Cold Fire here. So I think it's worth taking the risk here. And again, we still have one more mana potion set up anyway. So we're not spending a ton to do this. And there's a very significant upside of getting another turn of Cold Fire, obviously. All right. So we're done. So then the cultists go. Only one of them can summon because the front has no space to summon in. And then the Living Bones is disarmed, so it does nothing. And the hail moves up to here. All right, and we end the round. Short rest. All right, please be kind, RNGesus. No, the worst, the dagger again. That's 2 times, right? Back-to-back times when we've short rested on 4 cards and had a cold fire set up. We got specifically cold fire, which, like I said, is the worst of the possible 4 flips. Oh, gosh. Oh well. I suppose we were being a bit optimistic. I mean, it was below 50%, but it was still a reasonable chance that we would get something bad there. So, all right. Yeah, we still got Flame Strike to do. Unfortunately, we're not in range to Flame Strike him, so I guess we're just moving here, or this coin even, or something, and Flame Striking. That's fine. Or we can actually, this is pretty good to use Elemental Aid on the person who runs in. Let's figure all this stuff out. So we need the Cragheart to go. We don't really want to have to go this late. Can we go? The Brute go? Can everyone go after that? I guess the Spellweaver doesn't need to go after that. All right, so this can actually work then, right? Because we kind of want the Brute, the Cragheart to be the one to enter the room, so that we can guarantee get the push off. The enemies don't mess it up for us. But that's doable. If we do something. But he still has his boots. Cragheart doesn't. Yeah, the Cragheart has to do a move 3 to get to the door. So yeah, there's no real other way. Yep. Yep. Yeah, we don't really want to have to play Balanced Measure here. I mean, we could with this, but I'd rather do another push because I know that there are traps in this room. So the push is, I think, just more valuable. So we're going to end up just using Balanced Measure as a generic move 2 and have to use our boots. The upside is that we will be able to Hammer Potion back Balance Measure, and then we can do another, move 4 with Hook and Chain plus Balance Measure for an attack 4 the following turn. So it's not terrible, it just doesn't feel great, let's say. All right. And so the Spellweaver wants to go very early with Mana Bolt. Sucks though, because we're actually not gonna guaranteed kill this. We're actually not super likely to kill it unless we use this, but then we're not shielding. I guess we're not shielding. Because we kind of want to make sure to kill this, and the best way to do that is Flame Strike, because Flame Strike is effectively 4 damage since we have fire, whereas Mana Bolt's only 3. Again, counting on getting a +0. We have, like 2 curses, a miss, a -2, and a -1 in our deck, so 5 out of 22. Still not very likely. All right, this looks good. Let's give it a go. All right, well, we really need to kill him with this Flame Strike now, otherwise he's going to heal himself, which is going to be very annoying. So we're going to move with Mana Bolt first, because we need to move to get in range. We don't want to move to get disadvantage, so we're just going to move on to this coin here. Scoundrel Weaver. All right, then we're gonna use Flame Strike to consume the fire to make an attack 3 wound targeting Living Bones number 8. Okay, well, new ice. How nice. Anyway, we kill it, so that's the most important thing. And we're done. And I guess we will actually use a Hamina Potion charge to get back Mana Bolt, I think. So that we can still potentially do Elemental Aid next turn or something like that. I think this is still worth it. To have an early initiative next turn. Longevity doesn't matter that much at this point. We're going to the second to last room. The scenario is going to accelerate towards the end very quickly here. The pace is going to pick up quite a bit. So I think just being able to have Mana Bolt for the next turn is worth a Hamina Potion charge more than worrying about getting an extra turn out of Longevity. And I think I'm not going to get a lot of opportunities also to use the Hamina Potion. I mean, to do generic move 2s or generic attack 2s going forward as we get to the end of the scenario, so. All right, the skeletons that are in the back just continue to do nothing. So then it is the Cragheart's turn. So we do a move 3. 2, 3 to here. All right, so first this time I'll do the back stuff. Spawn 1 normal living spirit for 2 or 3 characters. So just 1 living spirit. All right, that's fine. That is doable. It's at here. So actually, oh yeah, but they can fly, so it does actually spawn there. Does it actually, or does it specify that it has to be empty? No, it doesn't specify. So since it's flying, it can't spawn there. I would assume. 4 health, spawn 4 health. And what are you doing? All right, standard stuff. That's fine. So now we need to set up this room. Okay. And we've got 1 elite and 1 regular corpse. Alright, they're at 17 and 13 health. The regulars still don't poison yet. The elite, however, does. Regulars do poison at some point, correct? Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, next level, actually. Okay. Once we get back to +3 for the next scenario. Alright. Excuse me. A sip of water. Need to flip for them as well. Oh, I didn't get... If they both... I think these traps are just damage traps. Ooh. No, it should be fine. They shouldn't be able to block both spaces. 91. All right, well, they could have, yeah, but they won't go until after the brute anyway with this 91, so it's okay. All right, so they're going to do that. So they're not attacking. That's nice. So I'm going to use Crater. Consume the earth, gain 1 experience, do an attack 3, push 2. So these traps are how much damage? They're damage traps, and we are on trap level 5, so the traps are 7 damage each. So if I do that to the regular, I do just kill him by putting him through the 2 traps, but I think I'd rather save the traps for the elite. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then he goes through the 2 traps. That's 14 damage plus the 3, so that should kill the elite outright, which is actually just more valuable to end the elite's life. Yeah, for sure. Okay, so we're going to attack him, and we're going to push him like this, actually, because we still get to use 1 trap this way, but then the brute, like I said, goes 1, 2, 3, 4, and pushes the elite through those 2 traps. This way we avoid using 2 traps for the regular, who needs the extra damage less. All right, so attack 3, targeting the regular. We have to do it like this, because if we push the elite, well, I mean, yeah. I guess then no, yeah, it's always like this. All right, so attack 3, range 3 on the regular corpse, number 5. Okay, 4 damage, not bad. And then the trap does 7 damage, so this is 11 damage total. He's down to 2. He'll get to 1 actually when he goes. Happy I kept the push for this room, without a doubt. All right, then the Living Spirit goes, so has 4 range. Needs to move up just 1, 4, and attacks the Spellweaver because lower initiative. So an attack 3 on the Spellweaver. Okay, 2 damage. That's fine. The cultists go. It's funny that I was worried about them coming from behind, where they're just sitting back there doing their rituals. I'm like, hey, you cut my hand, I cut yours, you know? Not really getting anything done. All right, then the brute goes. So we're going to use the bottom of balance measure as a generic move 2. We're going to pop our boots as well. Like I said, we're going to use Hammer Potion to get balance measure back since we use it as a generic move 2. So this gives us 4 total movement. 1, 2, 3, 4 to here. And then we're going to attack 3, push 2 with warding strength. We will be using the push, pushing like this. So the attack 3 on the elite. Okay. So, like I said, this is 3 damage, puts him down to 14. Again, I didn't misread the trap damage, I believe. Traps are at 5, level 5, so 7. Yep, so 14 damage plus the 3 there, so he dies in the second trap. Beautiful. Okay, and then Brute's done, so then there's just a living corpse, which moves to here and takes 1 damage, going down to 1. And then there's Hale, who moves to here. So we got 1 more turn before she opens the last door, which is perfect. That's all the time we need. All right. So what I'm going to do... This is tough, actually. I'd like to play this now. So yeah, I guess I'm just gonna stay here, heal myself. I'm gonna go late actually, so that I absorb 1 more attack from the Living Spirit, since I'm only missing 2 health now, and this will heal me for 3, and then I'm going to recover all my lost cards. The downside here is that I'm not moving, which is A, leaving these coins, and B, meaning I'm not going closer towards helping in this room, and I don't have that much movement. I mean, I can't ever like do a huge burst of movement, but I do need to recover cards. I mean, I guess I could just move otherwise and do it. I guess my health doesn't matter so much. At the same time, keeping the Living Spirit further back and then moving makes it so the Living Spirit does nothing. Yeah, I think that's valuable. I think this is worth doing. And I do need to recover all my lost cards. I don't want to run the risk of getting too close here. I guess at the same time, if I'm recovering all my lost cards, I can just negate damage, which is the same as healing, except it allows me to move if I go, yeah, that's just silly, right? Well, I mean, I guess, kind of. Here, I would actually, well, it depends. I guess he's supposed to hit for 3, so actually the heal 3 should just recover the damage he deals. So it's actually better to go as late as possible, playing like this. I guess if he doesn't attack, then this feels bad. But then I just move, and it's not a big deal. Because he can do like his move where he curses everyone. That would be the worst thing. But yeah, so this makes more sense. So then what I can actually do, like I said, is I'll plan on actually just moving. I'll negate his attack no matter what, because I'm going to recover lost cards anyway. And so I'll just negate it with Mana Bolt, which is great because then I'll get Mana Bolt back. Again, I'm giving up a little longevity going early here with Reviving Aether, but the scenario is almost over, so I actually just need to get my powerful cards back so that I can contribute in the last room so Hale doesn't die, rather than try to milk every last ounce of longevity I can get. So it is time, certainly, to use Reviving Aether, and it's a very protected Reviving Aether since I have 1 card in my hand anyway. And there's not more than 1 thing that can attack me here no matter what. And I'm at 8 life. All right. So her turn is very clear. They just need to finish off this Living Corpse, which should be pretty easy. He's got good initiative and some cards, and here we've got some cards as well. I don't think we'll be opening the door, but we'll just play our cards and we'll see. It'd be better to long rest then for the Brute, actually, rather than just play cards. I guess the risk then is if the Cragheart misses with a curse. Yeah, I don't know how valuable the boots are still. They can be reasonably valuable. We still got Skewers and move 6. But I mean, that's still 2 more damage. No, I think I'd rather be sure that I kill this Living Corpse. I think that's reasonably important. If I knew for sure that the Cragheart would kill it here, then... He doesn't have Rumbling Advance, does he? No. then I would certainly long rest on the brute, but I don't want to take the risk of the corpse living and just dishing out a fair amount of damage here. I'm an idiot. Well, I just disadvantaged myself. I meant to press this button. I do that occasionally. 21, huh? All right. Well, wasn't gonna diss out that much. Oh dear God, that's unfortunate. Well, we're going to be long resting on the Spellweaver. The Spellweaver, so sometimes when you play this scenario, you have like one tanky class who kind of plays the rear guard, right? And as you get into the last room, that person kind of just like stands in this doorway and prevents everything in the back from catching up with you while the rest of your party goes forward and helps with the last room to get Hail to the altar. Okay? Uh, that's going to be the Spellweaver here, except Spellweaver is not really a tanky class. We don't even have Frost Armor, but we're getting stunned here, which means we're long resting next turn because we're going to be stunned. Oh no, it means we're not gonna. Oh God. Oh no, that's so bad. Well, it's not gonna be near as pretty as we wanted it to be, basically. We still have a way out of this, but oh man, that our ice, our own created ice, not intentionally created, obviously, with the modifier, is actually killing us here. There's no way around it. All right. Well, it is what it is. Let's just let's do the things we can do. So we'll begin with kinetic assault, making an attack 4. Oh no, we have to move first. Cragheart could tank it. Could be the one to tank the stun then. If we use a ranged attack. Yeah, that's got to be the right way, the right play. It's going to do 1 damage to the brute, but so be it. It's better than the Spellweaver getting stunned here. This would be such a bad stun on the Spellweaver. All right, so we're going to create an Earth and make an attack 3, range 3 with Massive Boulder targeting corpse number 5. Oh, we really have to hope not to get that miss now. Perfect. All right, so the brute takes 1 damage, but it's not such a big deal. The corpse dies. Coin goes there. And then we have the bottom of Kinetic Assault, and we're going to do a generic move to here. We can actually stop here because we're equidistant, but we had lower initiative, so it'll still target us. And so we get a coin as well. Nice. Okay, so we're done. Living Corpse eliminated. Living Bones. Time for them to finally do something. Oh, move +1, so trying to catch up. Okay, fair enough. So 4 movement. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Okay, Living Bones are done. Cultists go. -1 movement, so 2. This does put him closer. This really doesn't matter for the two of them, and they heal oneself as well. But I'm just doing it to play correctly. All right, and then next up we have the brute. Yeah, I think as usual I value the coin a little bit more than I value 1 more movement. So we'll just move on to this coin. I guess actually we'll move on to this coin using our move 4 and bottom. So the reason for moving on to this coin is that whether we're here or whether we're here, we're the same distance away from the door. But this is theoretically easier for someone to step on their way here because a ranged ally could go here and make ranged attacks into the room with line of sight, whereas here they have much worse line of sight. So this is just a slightly more difficult coin for someone else to pick up, which is the reason why we'll grab it. All right, Living Spirit goes, consumes the ice, makes an attack +1 on the Cragheart. So an attack 4 stun on the Cragheart. All right, so 4 damage and stunned. It's the first time being stunned, huh? And then the Spellweaver goes. So I guess the Spellweaver actually needs to move now, because originally the Cragheart was going to go in there with the Brute, but someone has to go help the Brute in this room. Oh man, we needed to actually potentially have created an element here. No, I don't think so. Not that turn. All right. We need it next turn. We're not going to actually get it. That's annoying. So yeah, we're just going to actually have to do a generic move 2 with Elemental Aid going like this. And then we're going to use the top of Reviving Ether, which creates a dark. And we're going to recover all our lost cards. guess we couldn't do anything but move. I mean, I kind of wanted to pick up a coin, right? But the Cragheart is now the one back there, not us, so we need to move on to be able to help in this room. The Cragheart had to tank the stun for us. Okay, and Hale moves next to the door. So it is time to go in. So the Brute has to short rest. Long resting not an option here. So a ton of cards left though, so that's good. No, I don't think I want to lose that actually. Not only is it a big move, which matters, but it's also just an execute, which in the last room is very valuable. Yeah, that's perfect actually. Literally that card was only here. Well, all right, it actually does have some value in this last room, being able to move someone out of the path so that Hale can get to the altar, but generally speaking, it was pretty much just for the room we just finished, which obviously was quite valuable, so yeah. We don't really care about that anymore. Definitely much better to have Fatal Advance. Yeah, I think we always get next to someone that way. So what is going on for everyone else here? All right, so we've got a plan still. We're gonna go like this. We're gonna do a move 4 with the Spellweaver, 1, 2, 3, 4 onto the door. And from there, we're gonna use Fire Orbs, hopefully hitting 3 things, creating fire. The Cragheart has to long rest this turn because he's stunned, and he has no cards, so it's just a very obvious long rest, rather than short resting and discarding 2 cards. And then he has to go very early before the Spellweaver the following turn, which sucks a little bit. He can't go before 7. So it'll have to be 44. But so then basically we're just going to be able to cold fire the following turn with his mana potion. Yeah, now it actually does suck that we use the Spellweaver's mana potion instead of the Cragheart's. I would definitely rather the Spellweaver have the mana potion here. It's also possible, I guess. Hello, that modifier. Man, it was so bad to draw that. It's possible that we do get the ice, I guess, and on a flip, although it's not very likely at all, as we flip 3 cards and have 21 with only 1 ice. But if we get the ice, it's even better. But if not, we'll just have to have the Cragheart go very early. Well, we'll have to go a little bit after the Cragheart the following turn so that the Cragheart can create ice for us, and we can do a cold fire as well. And the Brute is going to actually go run in with the bottom of Unstoppable Charge and the top of Fatal Advance to stun one enemy and execute another. This is blowing a lot of losses, obviously, but it's the last room. We've got a ton of cards left, so it's time to start blowing losses because we're going to need the power spike immediately. This room is no joke. Because, I mean, even though we've got a lot of cards left, so it's impossible, basically, for us to die if we just play it carefully. It's an escort quest, and Hale can die. All right, let's do it. Summon again, shield. That's nice, at least, because they're not going to be attacking. Living Spirit has -1 range, so is also not going to actually attack. There's only 3 range, so that's nice as well. So basically, most stuff is not doing anything. Oh, no, this is bad. The cultists are going to summon if we go in this turn. Well, they're always summoning this turn. Hale's opening the door no matter what. Oh, that's... All right, that's rough. That's rough. That is not what we want to see. That's actually really, really bad. The other stuff is good, but that is really, really bad. All right. Yeah, so Living Bones go first. Shield and heal. They haven't taken damage yet anyway. Brute's turn. We're doing move 4 stun with the bottom here, hoping that we can hit something. So this is lost. We get a move 4 and we stun 1 adjacent enemy. Wish we had the boots here for sure. So 2, let's set up the room and pray. Yeah, we'll be able to stun an adjacent enemy. So there are 2 cultists in here, so there are going to be 2 more skeletons. Oh, that's so bad. That is bad. Oh well. It's going to be a challenge. Defeating the last room. No, she hasn't. She's never getting her battle go. She never got the chance to long rest, unfortunately. So no. No, she did not. Literally couldn't even get professional. Man. It sucks so much that we don't have our boots. Ugh. Cragheart really kind of dicked us in the last room. These are not the things we need. These are. Because if we had our boots, we could actually go execute one of those cultists, which would stop a skeleton from spawning as well, or summoning as well, which would actually be a really significant difference. Alright, let's set some hells. So it's 11 for the regulars. Oh, 13 for the regulars. 17 for the elite. And 11 for the regular cultists. Yes. Yes. Okay, and then we got a ton of coins as well. All right. And then we've got to spawn the stuff behind, which I think is going to be 2 regular skeletons or something. Spawn or 2 normal bones for 3 or 4 characters. Yep. These have 9 health. Yes. Fortunately, these do nothing, which is pretty nice. It's quite fortunate for us, actually. This is really bad. This is really good. So, give and take, right? All right, we've got 2 more movement for the brute. The side we take doesn't really matter much. Go this way. We will stun the elite corpse. Oh, we've actually got to flip for the corpses. Suddenly all the enemies. All right. What's their initiative? 82. Yeah, there's no way around it, though. He's going to hit us. All right. And then we're going to use the top of Fatal Advance, gaining 2 experience, and having this lost as well. Oops. Shut up. Went to sleep. And executing this one. All right. And that's it. So Living Spirit goes, can hit no one, like I said. Cultists go. I have to deal with these still. And the cultists going to miss the conclusion after. All right. Well, you can always check out the VOD. Thanks for stopping by, and good luck at your meeting. Take care. All right. So we'll have 3 bones spawned. One there, and one there. Oof. All right. So the thing that sucks now, no, we can hit the bones actually. Never mind, we have enough things in range. Okay. So we'll use, oops, got our camera angle a little twisted there. We'll use the bottom of Flashing Burst as a move 4. 2, 3, 4 to here. And we're going to use the top of Fire Orbs as a loss, gaining 3 experience. God, that's literally our only source of experience. It's crazy. Losing this, creating a fire with 3 targets. Guess I should target 2 skeletons so that I can use this bow, because it's not getting any better than this. So we'll target the 2 skeletons, and I guess the elite corpse, which is probably a more threatening enemy. Yeah. Sure. All right. So the 2 skeletons. The skeletons are also more threatening, even though like they're summoned. These things are the bigger threat, but because they hit multiple targets, so they can actually hit hail even when we have someone in front to tank. So yeah. We'll do corpse 2 and then skeleton 6, skeleton 8. So these are each attack 3s, which ignore shield. Corpse, so 4, right skeleton 3, left skeleton 3. Okay. No ice, unfortunately. But so be it. Okay, then the living corpse goes. The elite is stunned. The regular moves to here and makes an attack at +1, right? So they normally have 4 attacks, so here it's an attack 5 against the Cragheart, or the Brute, sorry. 7. Okay, not joking around. That's a big hit. And then the Cragheart does a long rest because stunned. And Hail moves. Yeah, here we have a path. Although, yeah, if we stun these two, she makes it. Yeah. Yeah. Alright, that works. So no matter what, initiative matters more than anything here. God, if only we had used the correct potion, we would have been fine. We'd be so fine. 44 is just, it's not going to do it, though. There's no way around it. Can't beat 7. We can short rest to get back a 30, to get back 26. I guess we should actually do that. Because 26 is so much better than, yeah, we'll short rest here for the Spellweaver because this turn matters so much. Alright, sure. So, I mean, we know exactly what we're doing. This plus cold fire, waiting on the ice. Oops, hold on, we get actually end the round. Because basically, like I said, so if we can stun these two things over here. Oh, I mean, I can't really, but yeah, that's a good point. But yeah, battle goals. Thank you for reminding me. But yeah, I mean, yeah, if he takes hits, I will. Thank you for reminding me. That is actually useful. So, like I said, as long as the Cragheart goes before me and creates ice, I can stun the two of these. So in that case, they won't block her path, and these things are already on the Brute, so they won't move. This will move to here to hit the Brute. So nothing will go here. She will make it to the altar, and she'll be fine. There's basically no risk whatsoever that she can possibly die if we get the ice without them going in between. So the skeletons actually have, and they've reshelled, so they only have 1 out of 8. They have 2 cards which go before 26 here. One of them doesn't have them moving, and the other is the 20 where they heal. So that one card where they heal is the only card which can make us lose. I guess no. No, that if these go, yeah, they have their 10s as well. Yeah, the 10s can screw us. So there's 2 cards for the cultist, 1 card for the living bones. All right, well, I mean, we're still taking the best shot we've got to win this. What card do we not want here? I guess some like backup ammo doesn't really matter anymore. We don't need the movement that much anyway. I mean, we kind of do, but we got other things for movement as well. So we need to go as early as possible. That doesn't matter so much if it's as early as possible. Hmm. You're right. No, they've already done that. And it only targets one adjacent enemy anyway, not all adjacent enemies. They can push one, all adjacent, as well. But then she would just get pushed to here and she would still go there. The immobilize only would affect the Brute. So again, I'm just obviously keeping the Brute adjacent to them for this. So that risk is gone. And the all ones, like I said, it'll just push her over here and she'll still have the path. All right, what cards are we playing for the Cragheart? I guess the best way he can contribute in there is by giving curses out here. We kind of need him to move that direction, though. No matter what. I guess this gives experience and still goes before... I mean, we just have to go before 26, so we can actually use this. I guess, yeah, I mean, this can help what's going on in that room by putting some curses into the monster deck. Not many, but a couple of curses is better than nothing. It's better than using Rock Slide. Otherwise, can we move enough to actually contribute to this room? I mean, at most we can do a move 4. And then what could we do? We would have to use early initiative and a move 4? That's not even really possible, is it? Because we still have to go before 26. So what are our tops that can go before 26 then? This, which does nothing. Because if we do, yeah, 4 and then 1, it's no different. This, which is a melee attack. And this, which does nothing. Yeah, so we can't contribute to that room this turn. Should we use a move forward? No, I think this is fine, because if we do this... Oops. Oh yeah, if we do this now, move 2, then after that, with 4 movement, we can theoretically help out in the room, at worst case, if we don't get the win this turn. And again, like I said, the curses should help a bit to keep people alive in there. Oh, that's true. We do have Rock Slide. Give me. Well, we do actually have the line. Yeah, you're right. I hadn't even thought about that. Man, it's so. I just never even look at the bottom Rock Slide. 6, 7. You're not wrong. That is very interesting. So what do we do then as a top? I mean, it's kind of the same. Our tops don't really change anything in that situation. No, it does. That does. Yeah, good call. Good call. Thank you so much. This does really change something. Man, I can't even believe that I don't. That's such a mistake by me. Thank you, Isio. Just honestly though, this will be maybe the first time I've ever used the bottom of this card. The top's just so good, I just don't think about the bottom. And it's so rare to have such a long move straight line like this, but it actually does work out. You're right. So the reason why this matters, 30, is because we can actually go to here, and by going to here, the bones actually won't move, or it'll move over to here or something and hit hail, but it won't move to here, so it won't block this path. So we're actually eliminating one of the possible cards that an enemy can flip that ruins this for us. So at that point, it is just the cultist. We still can't prevent the cultist from going here, unfortunately. We have nothing that does that. I mean, we could move to that spot. Actually, I guess this makes more sense. Yeah, yeah. We're still before the 20 of the skeleton this way, and if worst case scenario, we see, well, I mean, I guess then change nothing, but then at least we can make an attack 4 on the cultist, which I guess is slightly better than Unstable Upheaval's attack 3, even though losing cards has some value. Yeah, I think this is the best. Because 13 and 19 don't change anything relative to the cultist, nor the moving bones. And it's just those two cards that we can play and go before 20. All right, yeah, good call. All right, so what's the brute doing? Trying to not die while staying where he is. Disarm, yes please. And I think there's the chest we need to get though. Wait a second. If we go to the chest, the cultist actually doesn't move. If we go at 10, is there a way? Can we avoid all the possibilities? So in order to do that, we would need to use this. So we can theoretically like disarm the elite here. Then it won't attack her. That doesn't really matter. The 21 they've already gotten. So again, there's no immobilize. So this will do nothing. Then we jump to here. The Spellweaver can move up to here when cold firing at 26. There's still just this one, which is a problem. Yeah, because then it'll go to here if the Cragheart slides to here. But that's still better, though. I mean, first of all, we get a chest, which is not nothing. But the more significant... Oh, but then there's still just this... No, because this corpse won't go before the Spellweaver goes. So the Spellweaver can move there and tank that. Yeah, because, all right. So in this case, then the 20 from the bones still messes it up for us. Because we go here, the Cragheart's here, so this will go 1, 2 to there at the 20. Although, actually, it's -2 movement, but they have... No, they have only... Oh, yes! The heal 2 it's actually -2 movement, so they have only 1 movement. So the bones can't actually make it there. So actually, by doing this, we eliminate all the different possible negatives. Disarm, so no damage here. Doesn't matter the Spellweaver's coming up to tank. The Spellweaver can tank these hits, even if she exhausts. I mean, like, it's whatever. This will definitely go... This will always go there to attack there. This will stay there next to this. So the only one then is... No, and then these will be stunned, so the summon doesn't matter. All right, I think this does it. I think this actually does eliminate all the possible negatives. I mean, any way that we can lose, to the best of my knowledge. God, why would I say something like that? What could possibly go wrong? But still, I think this is the line. And it also gets the chest, which is, again, a big upside. All right. Looks good. Nothing to do but to try it. Yeah, can things back here change anything, really? No, I don't think so. All right, here we go. Let's see. Cultist did get the 10. All right. Bones at 64. I think we're fine, right? All right, let's look at everything. So the cultists are at 10, so no matter what, we would have to go here. Then it'll keep both the cultists on us. because they'll go right after. So cultists are taken care of, no issue. The corpse, yeah, poison target all enemies, whatever, doesn't matter. The Spellweaver will move up to here to absorb both the corpse attacks. And we'll still be able to cold fire these two things. Well, the cultist not mattering, and this living bones, I guess, so that it just doesn't attack Gale. Doesn't move, whatever. So this will stay where it is. Nothing should move to get more targets to move in the. Well, I mean, this will be stunned anyway. The poison targets all adjacent enemies, not the attack. So they don't move to change anything. So they'll just stay where they are. For here. No, this stays here. I think it's fine. I just want to be so sure because it's so important. This is the only thing that really matters, but it can't. I mean, I guess it can move to here to hit hail. But that should be. I mean, it's an attack 4 on hail, and she's at 12 health. Yeah. I mean, we can even disarm this actually with the brute, so it doesn't hit hail, because both these will hit the Spellweaver anyway, and the Spellweaver has 2 cards in her hand easily, so she can always lose cards. Yeah, this does it. Whew. Figured it out. All right. Thank you, ECO, for the help with the rock slide. Although I guess in the end the rock slide part didn't matter because we otherwise, I mean, because these will be stunned. It wasn't going to go, but it like I said, it did save us from the 20. They didn't flip the 20, fortunately. Oh, does he have -1 movement? Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, so he can't even go there. Yeah, you're right. So we can actually just disarm the most threatening thing. Not that it really matters anyway. All right. So we'll use Provoking Roar to do an attack to disarm, targeting the corpse. Yeah, attacks for the most. Attacks for 6 will be poisoned no matter what, unfortunately. But whereas, yeah, this will only be attacking for 5 then. Yeah, attacking the corpse. Oh, actually, we've got the battle axe. So we'll actually use the battle axe then, and we'll attack. We'll hit both the corpse with this then. We're sure that this isn't going to dick us somehow. I'm just so afraid. With 2 movement, there's no reason it would move here if it has something adjacent to it. And it can't hit that something and another thing. Yeah, no. Okay. Just seems like there's a trap somewhere in here. All right, so attack to disarm, targeting corpse 2 and then corpse 3. We'll also use our healing potion while we're at it, just to be safe, because this is the last turn no matter what. We also could have had stun powder still. All right, so corpse 2 and corpse 3. All right. Disarm there. And disarm there. Was there something? Did I miss something? And then do a move 3 jump to here. Creating wind. Tell me if I did. Because once I open this chest, I don't have a choice anymore. I want to make sure that I didn't make some silly mistake. I don't think I did, but I'm pretty paranoid here. Because there's so much riding on this one turn. Alright. If I didn't miss anything, I'm going for the chest now. Chest 17 for the brute. Here we go. 20 gold. Alright. I don't mind him getting gold now. It's not bad. So we'll give him this 20 gold. Oh yeah, we forgot to consider his enhancements. Well, that worked out alright since we got some more gold to work with now. Alright. So then the cultists go. Moves to there. Both of them attack the brute. Attacks are -1 on 2, so 1s. With curse, so 2. Do we have anything? Yeah. So use charge of this, take 1 damage. Curses I'm not going to bother placing in the deck. It's just a bunch of hassle. Brute's never attacking again. If somehow I've made a mistake and I have to play more rounds, then I'll worry about it. But it doesn't seem to be the case. All right. Oops. Now we actually grab the entire deck. Click slightly too long there. All right. So then next up is the Cragheart. So we've established that so we stun these two, so they don't do anything. I mean, so the bones doesn't block the path. So hold on. No element consumption or anything like that. All right. Minor mana potion, create ice. So in that case, we actually don't need the Cragheart to run in there, so the Cragheart can just generate 3 free experience. So we're gonna drop some rocks. Something like here, here. I don't know. Doesn't really matter. I'm not going to deal the damage because I don't really care. Did I give him the experience? No. And then I'm going to use the bottom of Kinetic Assault to get Retaliate 3. So we just gained 3 experience total. Okay. Then the Spellweaver goes. So we're going to do move forward, Flashing Burst. Moving to here. And then we're going to use Cold Fire, consuming Ice and Fire to make an attack 3 stun, targeting Bone 6 and Cultist 6. Both of them don't really matter, but I'm going to do it anyway. Even if I were to, I could use a generic move 2 to Hammer Potion, but this would still only put me to 6 item uses, and I'm 1 short, since I never got to Long Rest. But again, it's part of the, I mean, we can't ever actually let the Spellweaver get a perk. All right, I'll do Cultist and then Bones. Damage doesn't really matter, so Cultist, 2, Bones, Curse. Sure. Thank you for grabbing a curse for me. So Cultist takes 2, down to 7. Stunned. And stunned. And then Living Spirit goes. So it can only target the Cragheart, so it makes attack on the Cragheart. -1/+1, so 3 damage. Sure. Then Living Bones goes. So as we said, this one has only 2 movement, so it can't make it over to here. It can never hit 2 targets while hitting its focus, so it's just going to make an attack +1 on the Spellweaver. So an attack 4 on the Spellweaver, taking 4. Okay, and then Living Corpses go, and they poison everything adjacent. This doesn't matter. Hail moves here, and we did it. Whew. Man, I mean, we had a lot of resources left, there's no doubt, but this last room can go bad really quickly, so I still feel like I narrowly clenched out a win there, even if, I mean, I'm not sure if it was that close. It's tough to say. Could we have done it on +3? Maybe. Maybe. It was easier than I expected, I guess, but we did get, I guess our starting strategy was quite nice, but I think we also just got a bit luckier than we did last time. In general, I felt pretty lucky this scenario, to be honest. With the exception of like the cold fire loss and stuff like that, but that wasn't even extremely unlucky, so I don't know. Felt pretty lucky. But it's nice for that to happen from time to time, right? Can't always be unlucky. Alright, let's see what we got. 1 prosperity, party achievements, some regular suns. Oops, let's just do the end round here. So 1 prosperity, putting ourselves 1 away from 3, not bad. Party achievo. Alright. That's that. And new location, Ruinous Rift 27, which is what this was all for. That's the real reward, is getting to do that scenario. Both maybe my favorite scenario in the game, and also, oops, a very rewarding scenario to complete. Yes, it's up there. Oops. Okay. This and the Lighthouse are probably my 2 favorite scenarios in the game, I think. Lighthouse thematically, this one mechanically. So I'm definitely looking forward to doing that. Ah, crud. Did the Spellweaver kill any cultists? Yes, we did. We killed 1 in the first room with Cold Fire when we didn't want to. That I know for sure. Were there any other cultists we killed? Does anyone remember real quick? Man, I am not good at that. I think that may be the only one. Because after that, there were the cultists in the last room we definitely didn't kill. There was the one in the middle room, and I don't think we were the one to kill it. No, it was the, yeah, because we had stunned it. The Brute finished it, I believe. Maybe the Cragheart did, but yeah, it wasn't the Spellweaver. All right, so there was just the one in the first room we killed with Cold Fire. Okay, let's get our wrap-up stuff going. So we gained 16 gold. We did sell our, yeah, we did. Oh man, so close to getting that enhancement. Oh well, it's actually probably better that we don't. All things considered. Also, never close to getting perks. Cragheart also didn't. Brute did. Oops, actually we shouldn't get rid of that one. Okay, and we gained 6 experience plus 12, so 18 experience. It hurts. 51. Go from being just an experience machine to being experience deprived. I think that's one of the reasons some people don't necessarily like to play as focused on cold fire as this, but again, it is the correct way to play, I think so. Or the most effective way to play. So unfortunately it does lead to pretty poor experience gains. And I guess there is some sort of a legitimate argument for that just because of how good Inferno is. Taking longer to get to Inferno kind of sucks, but at the same time level 7 is pretty medium, 8 is quite bad. Alright, so we cleared all that stuff up, so we're good. Who has the remaining curse? The Cragheart does. Alright. Oh yeah, we gotta get rid of those -1s as well. So we didn't already give the gold. No, it was just the other gold we gave. Alright, so we get 10 experience plus 12, so 22. Really? But he gained so much more. I guess she had more before. I didn't miscount, I think. And so here we gain 20. And each of them gain 12 gold. Okay. Well, it would be silly to do the Brutes enhancement stuff now. We're going to definitely wait till the end of the next scenario so as to be more efficient. So we won't have any of that to do. Did I forget to buy anything? No. I don't think so. So I think that's it. I don't think we have anything else to do today. Oh man, that hurts to have to wait till Monday to get to that scenario. I am quite looking forward to it, and looking forward to what I get after completing it, but also just, yeah, really looking forward to doing it. Man, this party is going to feel so good, and then I'm going to have to go back to the other party once these people are retired, and it's going to feel awful. Alright. Well, anyway, thank you to everyone who tuned in today. As usual, very much appreciated. That'll be it for this week. We will be resuming again on Monday. I'll have to hook up with Themris and figure out when, I guess link up with, get a hold of Themris and figure out when we're going to be able to do custom class testing again, because I would like to get back into that. I know he was a bit busy for a while, so that's why we hadn't for a bit, but I'd really like to try that again so that I can get one more stream on the weekends. But yeah, otherwise, next stream will be the usual time on Monday at 4 p.m. GMT +1. So I look forward to seeing those of you who will be here at that point there. Otherwise, whenever in the future. And I hope everyone has a great weekend. And yeah, that's about it. Thanks again, and take care, and see you all soon.